very forward to serving you. We're quite proud of our incontinence program, and know you and your residents will be very happy. So yeah, look, that's a small introduction. And Peggy and Stephen, I've worked with you a little bit. I know you wanted to go over the ordering process. Do you have any Q&A from perhaps the different buildings? But yeah.
Okay, what we're going to, thank you, Tim. What we're going to do is kind of go through our collaterals, the Google Docs and whatnot, and then after that, we'll do a Q&A if that works for Keen. That would work well for us.
Works great.
Okay, perfect. So everyone can see their screen, and my team, you all know that if you have a question and it's just burning on your mind there, go ahead and type it in the text box, and we'll get to those questions as we move along, and that way people aren't talking over each other. So feel free to type out your questions as we move through this process. All right, so we want to show you the marketing collaterals that will be used because our CRCs will be the first person to introduce this to our leads, our inquiries. It'll look very familiar, but we're co-branding with Keen Healthcare, as you can see. Each community has a different one-page flyer for their marketing folder or package. So when you scroll down, if you have assisted living and memory care, you will have two different flyers that has the contact information. If you'll see there at Oak Meadows, we have the RCC's address, so email address, so that they are able to contact the RCC if they have questions, or if they want to sign up or discontinue, all of that good stuff. So each community has a personalized flyer, and those will be loaded into your Comfort Care Forms folder in Google. So be mindful that there is one for assisted and one for memory care if you have both. So this is what it looks like. If you'll notice the little checklist on the right, these are also your speaking points during your tours or inquiries when we're first entering into that process of choosing Pacific View as our new home. This is our program that we have to offer for your convenience. You know, our products are quality products. We have TENA products. We have HydroGuard, and all of these are, you know, the top products in the industry. And Abby will be working with all the CRCs to, you know, have that language developed about how you will roll this into your tour process, your discovery process, and how we're going to basically have an assumptive close with our incontinence program. It's just assumed that you will sign up for this because it is such a great program. Abby, do you have anything you want to say? I don't want to leave anyone out.
I think that having this program can really create a lot of extra revenue for the communities and really keeps your community smelling good and clean. So it starts with the CRCs definitely giving all the reasons why that you should choose a quality brand versus running around and picking up Costco stock. You know, I think Costco is probably our biggest competitor when we're selling. So definitely I will teach how to sell quality over quantity.
Yeah, Costco, Walmart, Sam's Club, those are our three that they tend to, you know, want to do a cost comparison with. So it is an assumptive close. So let's keep that in mind. So this is the flyer that you'll have in your marketing materials. Also, this flyer needs to be posted in, you know how you have the little magazine holders? You want to have this flyer posted for those residents that are currently in your community who might be interested. And then if you're an RCC or program manager, with every quarterly or change of condition service plan, you will want to have this flyer with you, and you want to promote it at every single service plan meeting if they are not signed up. So you'll say, I noticed that you're not signed up with our great program. Let's talk about that. The nurses are involved with this program because they have to ensure a great fit and that we are ordering the correct bundle. So what is the correct bundle? So we're going to show you the order form after you've done your assessment and you've determined if they have, light, moderate, or heavy incontinence. This is how you will order.
Oh, you want to show the order form, or?
No, we can go with the enrollment form.
Okay.
But this is where you might have to pop in because how it auto-populates, like you were showing me yesterday. Yeah. So the enrollment form has changed a bit from our old program to the new program. So this is, just 1 minute for me, please.
Yeah.
So this is the new enrollment form. Mm-hmm. And when they complete this, mm-hmm. Is this a editable? Can they edit this form?
So this will be with the new resident paperwork. They'll sign with the families.
With the lease agreement and all that.
The signatures at the community.
Okay. All right. So this is the paper form. And you will have, upon move-in, assumptive close, they're going to sign up for the Comfort Care program. This is the form that they will sign and that will remain in their business file. This will not be faxed to home office. The signature will be kept in the business folder at the community. Okay? Nope. Nope, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. So this is the business form, the legal form that needs to stay with the business folder at the community. Now, how do we know, how will Keene Healthcare know that someone has enrolled? And how will we know here at Seasons that someone has enrolled? Those are two questions I would be asking. And Stephen Bay is going to walk us through how to electronically sign up our residents with our Comfort Care program, which I'm super excited about. So this is the best program ever. This is so good.
Okay, so we've developed this dashboard, if you will, for Seasons management, and most of it's under construction. But there's a page under, and if you start typing in dash.seasonsmanagement.com, and this dashboard that we're working on is under construction, but there's a page there called CCP. And under this, there we go.
After a week.
There's a page called CCP, which is the Comfort Care program, and the page there. And the top header gives you a little intro on who Keene Healthcare is and who your representative is going to be. And to my knowledge, I think Charity is going to be a representative for Seasons Management.
That is what I believe as well, but I heard Tim say earlier that Aaron might be our representative. So Tim, at the end of this call, we'll clarify who exactly is the representative, and if we need to update this page, we will.
Sure, great, thanks, Peggy.
Okay. So this gives you just a brief overview of who Keene Healthcare is and where they're located and their contact information. I'll have this updated here if this changes here by the end of the day. So we're moving away from paper, and all the orders are going to be done online. Just jump on your machine and head over to dash.seasonsmanagement.com. All your enrollment and your order forms are going to be on this page here. And so I'm just going to go through a sample enrollment form here. So you just go ahead and click on this big blue order form here, and it'll take you to our CCP enrollment form. The email address that you're going to be using is your email address. So for the sake of our example here, I'm going to just use my personal email address here. But you would want to use your work email address, the RCC, the MCPM, the Executive Director, the Office Manager. Whoever is filling out the enrollment form will need to enter their address there. You're going to choose the community that we're going to order for. We're going to choose Wheatfield, and we're going to choose Wheatfields here. And the Executive Director, we're going to choose. We're going to enter the resident's name. I don't know. Responsible party's name. Usually it's a family member, the power of attorney.
So his wife.
His wife. Peggy Bob.
That works.
And enter the resident's move-in day. We'll just use 4/4. The enrollment day could be on the same day. Well, one thing to note there, one thing I found out actually working with Christy here is that you have to use the Chrome browser instead of the Internet Explorer. If you don't use Chrome browser, you won't have this nice little calendar drop down here. If you use Internet Explorer, you'll have to manually enter in the dates. And then go ahead and check the box acknowledging that you are you. And we're going to write PB. And, oh, Peggy Frankie, magic. And once that's sent in, where that form goes is it heads over to right now. It heads over to myself. It heads over to the accounting team here. Between Christy, Hesper, Joyce, and Sunny, it gets sent over to Keene Healthcare. A fax. Keene, Tim and Mark, and you guys should be receiving a fax here with Peggy Bob here pretty soon, receiving that enrollment form coming to you guys.
Okay.
Yep. And so what that also does is it updates our history here, which is really nice because internally we can keep track of all the enrollments that are being processed through the Google form here. So this spreadsheet updates automatically, so you'll never need to figure out if the order was really submitted or not. And so you can reach out to us and see if there was an actual order or enrollment or an order submitted. Okay. And on our little dashboard here, once you refresh it, it gives you that little update on your community on how many enrollments do we have by community. So the next form that we're going to go through is our. Oh, I'm sorry. So let me just show you what the order form looks like here when it comes through. The order form will come through electronically, and it'll automatically fill in the Parkland Memory Care, the phone numbers, the contact information here. Oops. The contact information and the resident's name, the date, the move-in date, enrollment date. So this will automatically populate. So to the accounting team, to the Keene team, you'll receive this enrollment form automatically as in real time. Mm-hmm. Okay. The order form Google form here. I'll just go through a sample here again. I'll just use my name here. We're going to choose Westwind. We're going to enter the resident's first name here. We'll just type in Hesper here. Hesper Joyce. Enter the room number 123. The manager's name. I'll just use Sunny here. the order date, today's date, and this last drop-down option here is going to shoot you over to a bundle here. We've got 4 different bundles between light, moderate, heavy, and then bariatric. Bariatric. So those are our 4 different types of bundles. And so if we're looking at bundle number 3, we're going to shoot over to bundle 3, and we're going to click on this next button here. And it's going to take you over to the bundle 3 package here. And go ahead and pick and choose the items that you're going to be needing for that one particular resident. You only want to submit the order form for one resident at a time. And so the max order number for each of these items are going to be maxed out, so you can only order 1 here. And I believe there are some items like the wife seal. So we'll just scroll all the way down here. And so we'll just change that to 2, and some checks. Okay, and when you're done, well, just go ahead and order one of these, and you're going to click on Submit Order Form. Okay, you only want to use 1 bundle per resident. And that'll be important. So you're not going to be ordering bundle 1 and bundle 3 for 1 resident here. So you're just going to be picking 1 bundle and then clicking on the submit order form. Okay, and click on next and then submit, and you're done. And what that's going to do is it's going to keep track of all your orders here on this Google Sheet here. And you're on the receiving end for someone who's sent in that order. What that actually looks like. Let's go here and sign in. When you type in your email address in the very beginning, you'll receive, that email address will receive a receipt of confirmation that the enrollment form that you shipped off and the order form that you shipped off. So you got a confirmation that it was properly sent in. And it'll look like this here. Yeah. And it'll tell you the order, how many items you chose from. Okay. So I hope that makes sense.
It does. Kyle has a really good question. If we miss something, will the form let us know?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the very beginning here, these little asterisk marks here, it won't let you go past a page if you miss something. And so each of these fields will need to be, the important fields will need to be, you'll need to choose the proper drop down.
So if they miss something on the order, I think he's asking, like, oops, I should have ordered 2 boxes.
Yes, you can go back and actually edit. So if you wanted to go back and edit an order, so if I'm going to go back to my email here. So there's an edit response button here. So you can actually go back and say, oh, I accidentally forgot the cream. So you can actually go back and into your order form here and jump right back in and head into bundle number 3 and then choose, maybe you forgot this item here. So you can go back and choose one, and then scroll down, submit order form, next, submit. And a new order form will come back up.
Does it resend to accounting's email? Again, even though it doesn't change the order form.
Well, the order form won't be sent.
Right.
They won't need the order form.
Oh.
You guys don't need everything.
They don't see the order form, they just see the enrollment form.
Okay.
And then that they know to add the singular price.
Yep.
It's just one price for all bundles.
And so here, when you
We have the paper process.
when you look on this on the graph here, it'll show you here in this graph how many of the bundles were ordered by each of the communities, so we can tell which is more which bundle is being used more. You'll be able to tell by community how many orders are being ordered per month by community here. So and this is what the order form will look like coming over to Keene.
So Keene Healthcare gets this?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And it'll have a little number, order number here, item number here.
Very nice.
Yeah. Mark, Tim, did you guys receive your fax on your guys' end? Is there any way to tell?
You know, Stephen, we've been keeping an eye out for it, and we have yet to receive it.
All right.
Computer.
We haven't gotten the enrollment or the order fax.
Okay.
Well, if they don't have it by the end of the call, we might have to have a separate call with them to problem solve. Thank
There's
you.
some questions.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back up to Leslie, Tiana, Kim, and Melissa's question about Medicaid residents. One thing that we talked with Keene Healthcare about, so no, the answer is no, it will not be through the Comfort Care program, but I would ask that you convert your Medicaid residents, the order process to Keene Healthcare. I know that you guys use Raindance, but Charity is ready to help you make that transition to Keene Healthcare, and it's a different order process. Comfort Care program is only for private pay residents only. So you'll need to reach out to Charity to develop your Medicaid order process that she has in place. And you can do that whenever you're ready to make that conversion. You'll have contact information sent to you. So that was our agreement with the Medicaid client. What is the cost per month? It's the same as the last program. It is $185 per month, regardless of which bundle is chosen. Kyle says, is there a sheet that tells us exactly what is included per bundle? Yes, there is, and we can share that with you. Do the residents who are already on the old program need to sign up for the new program? No, you would just need to start the order process for your existing enrollment because we already have them in the system. Okay? Oh, sorry, Kyle. I didn't see your message until after I answered. Sorry. So, does it sound like something that's a little bit more user-friendly, a little bit more intuitive than the last program? All right. So there's silence and no messages. There we go. Okay. So I think at this point, they'll need to log in and kind of, sign up their new people and see how it goes. But at this point, I think we should do a Q&A with Keene Healthcare. If there's any questions about, the product or things like that. So I think we should just open it up to Q&A. And if you want to type your question so that we're just not talking over each other, that would be great. If you guys are curious about Keene Healthcare or if you have any questions.
I have a question for them if they're, is that what we're doing now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. How often is your deliveries? I know that like for Rain Dance, they deliver weekly or monthly, depending on when we've got our residents up through them. So.
Oh, that's Melissa. Is this Melissa with Pacific View?
It is.
Okay.
The bundles are based on monthly amounts, so it would be monthly orders.
Okay.
For both Medicaid clients and the Comfort Care program, correct, Charity?
Yes.
Okay, because Westwind is asking, do items come in one large shipment that we need to separate, or will they be bundled by resident name?
The orders will be placed under patient specific. So when they come to the facility, they will be all bundled together. However, each box has the patient specific's name on it.
Perfect. Very good.
A facility with a large amount, they'll come on one pallet, but yes, it will be specific to each resident.
I have another question. Are they charged per month whether they need supplies or not, or are they charged per order?
It's just the $185 per order.
Yes, it's $185 per order.
So if they don't need supplies for a month, or we have overstock, then they're not going to be charged monthly like they were previously?
That would be correct, because no order would be submitted at that time for that resident for the month. They're only charged when an order is being submitted.
Okay, thank you.
I knew that was gonna. Okay, so a question came up last night. Actually, we had one of our community members visit the home office last night. We were chatting about this, and she said that she has a resident who only uses her bundle throughout a quarter. And so she would order once for the quarter, and we would need to let accounting know that it's a quarterly charge versus a monthly charge. And that's an internal process that we'll work out here at Seasons. Like Charity said, when they receive the order, they're going to bill Seasons. So internally, though, if you're needing a bundle, if you don't need a monthly bundle, that's something we would need to discuss with accounting. Oh. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Kyle asked if they were to order separately. Did we already answer that question? If they were to order separately, is it more expensive? Just want to sell it appropriately. Yes. So we've worked with Keene Healthcare for pricing, and so how do I say this? So our pricing is great pricing because Keene Healthcare has agreed to special pricing for us. So if you were to order that each piece separately, it would be more expensive, and that defeats the purpose of the bundle and an incontinence program. So it really is about convenience, it's about quality product, it's about ease.
It's about perfect fit.
Perfect fit. If you'll notice on the little clipboard on your collaterals, those weren't put in there just because. We actually sat down and said, why should you sign up for this program? So each check mark on that clipboard is a reason to sign up for this program. Does that make sense? So with our old program, Stephen Bay has a good question. With our old program, we tried to order by, what was it, Joyce, by the 5th of the month?
Yeah, I think to order more in the beginning.
In the beginning of the month. So yes, we did have a expectation or preference of ordering within the first week of the month, and that you just get into this routine of ordering at the beginning of the month. So say that we had a move-in today, and they signed up for the program. If the supplies are needed this month, of course you would order them this month and then get back to ordering, you know, early, well, it is early in the month, but say they come in around the 20th. You as a team have to decide when you're going to place that order. So does that sound reasonable to you guys to really work with your new move-ins to really determine when they will need their product? Do you need to order it today, or can it wait for your routine order process? So Joe at Pacific View, so they only get billed when an order is placed versus monthly, correct? So when they enroll in the program, it is a monthly charge that will be put onto their invoice, unless the community calls accounting and says, hey, we're only doing this every other month, or we're doing this quarterly. So those are the times that we would want to talk about a different order process. But the program is set up to be a monthly shipment for your resident. That is why the nurse needs to ensure the correct fit so that you have the correct bundle ordered. If you have a resident who's only using a bundle once a quarter, it makes me wonder if you've ordered the right bundle. Maybe you need to move to bundle 1 for light versus bundle 2 for moderate. So fit and assessment is huge for this program. The expectation is that it is used monthly. Any other questions? What are some of the barriers to selling? I wish I did have donuts to pass out because Joyce's tummy's growling, we're hungry. Are there any barriers that come to mind why you would not be able to sell this program? And, you know, what is going through your mind? Because we have Teen Healthcare here to talk about the product, to help problem solve. What do you think is the barrier to selling this program?
The price for us at Pacific View, I know that the residents who have, our private pay residents who have family in the area would prefer to go to Walmart or one of the local stores because of cost and the frequency that their loved ones are using the incontinence supply.
So your nearest Walmart is 40 minutes away.
I know. Yes. To me, it's would be more reasonable to have it delivered. Would be in my thoughts.
What happens when they go on vacation and no one's there to go to Walmart?
Exactly.
And I know that a lot of them also don't see the need for things like the HydroGuard or the you know, incontinence pads, those kinds of things, where the residents who are eligible for this program are needing briefs at night, or, you know, wearing them throughout the day but not soiling them, so they're not going through them as often. So they can pick up a monthly, you know, when they go to Coos Bay, because most of our families have to go to Coos Bay to do shopping anyways. And that's what's come up time and time again. I have had Medicaid residents who have tried to sign up for this program when they have families who are out of the area, and with mom being incontinent, going through, you know, a bag of briefs a week or 2 a week, but they're not eligible for that. So
I can answer some. So I think when we're selling something, we're not selling price. We are selling. I think of it as if, like, when I had a baby, and we don't want to compare our elders to babies, but when I had a baby, I didn't just buy diapers. You have to have good pericare. And if you don't have all the products and all of the barriers to prevent the wetness and the rashes that come along with it, The UTI infection rates, I guarantee, are much higher when you're not using all of the products that are meant to be together. Think about the last time you or a loved one you had, and this is the conversation I would have with a family, had a surgery or had incontinence. I know after I had my second child, I had incontinence probably for 8 weeks. It was the most embarrassing thing ever. And I had to buy pads and diapers and cream and had UTIs. And, you know, I share from the heart on my stories with the families of why you would want to use our program versus just going and buying a cheaper product. The fact that they're fitted is an amazing thing. I know that the briefs that I had to wear many years ago were not comfortable. Technology has come a long ways. And I think if you are just sincere in that conversation, there's no question, what do they have to lose to try it for a month if they don't like it and they don't see a difference? I mean, it's compared to shopping at Macy's versus Walmart. If you're buying, you know, quality cotton underwear, do you want to buy the $1.99 clearance cotton underwear that sag at the store, or do you want to buy the Macy's, you know, the name brand underwear that actually fit and hold you in?
Promotes skin health, you know, promotes dignity, all of those things. So I think as each one of you, you know, Kim at Pacific View, if you work with families and you just keep us updated on, you know, some of the barriers that the family is presenting, Abby can definitely help you with some language that could be used to break down those barriers. Westwind is absolutely right. Having the nurse explain the skin health and dignity is very helpful in selling the product, and keeping that skin intact and, you know, without issues is hugely important. And, you know, if I'm a CRC in a building, I'm really going to want health services to push this program because I think Abby mentioned it earlier, it does help keep your community odor free if we have the right fit so that we don't have, you know, leakage and things like that. So I want to answer Kyle's question real quick. These supplies are kept in the residence apartments because each one is, everyone has a different bundle. And you do not want to entice or create a culture of, I need this wipes really quickly, so I'm going to borrow from resident A, because then that leads to a lot of issues for us if we have to go back and determine theft of products, basically. So they are kept in each individual residence apartment. For a lot of reasons. Can they provide us with samples so that we can show them to the families? Absolutely. We actually have samples here in the office that we could share with you guys. When Keene Healthcare came out, they brought us samples. Absolutely love the product. It is a fabulous product.
Peggy, I'd like to add, this is Mark. We have an excellent resource with our partner TENA at Keene. So if any communities need samples, we can help coordinate that. We also have access to their team of support that can help your nurse and care team with sizing, just promotion of your program, any support that you need at that level. They will help us facilitate that as well. So we could actually be out at the communities or schedule some visits or family nights, things to help really get this program off so that you're comfortable promoting it to your residents and providing that top level of care that you're striving to do.
Perfect. That's excellent. Can you guys see on your screen?
Yep.
So here is a women's underwear from TENA. It's Heavy Plus. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It's Heavy Protection Super Plus. I'm going to actually open it because I want to look at it myself. So it is a nice brief, as you can see. We actually, at another company I worked with, we all had to wear these for a day. And I refused to wear the cheap brand. I only wanted TENA. And so I wore the TENA product, and we all had to kind of evaluate the product after that day. I'm proud to say no one, they were all still dry at the end of the day. A little bit worried about that. But I will tell you, 100% of everyone who did the little program, we all forgot we were wearing them as we went through the day because they were that comfortable. So that is why when we went to Keene Healthcare, we wanted to upgrade from what we did have. And so that is why we chose TENA, because it is an excellent product. Now, one thing you'll notice is that we did stay true to the HydroGuard cream. That is something I talked with Keene about. That is a cream that is very popular with our families. And it is one of the best creams on the market. So they were grateful or are gracious enough to add that product into the bundle. So we still have HydroGuard. We're not using the TENA cream. We're using the HydroGuard cream. But we have, I just wish you could touch these. So we'll get you some samples. You know, they are just super soft. You pass that? I mean, honestly, the group here, this is something that I think your families will be very happy once you see the quality. So thank you, Keene, for agreeing to send out samples. Okay. And so the team here is touching it. Any thoughts, Hesper?
I think they're the same ones my dad had, and I mean, they're good.
Yeah, they're nice. It's a nice product.
Peggy, sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to let you guys know that we did, in fact, receive the order that was placed earlier for test, and it is exactly how you said it would look. The bundle on this order form is selected with all of the quantities, so our team can take this information and place the order for the patient specific for drop ship. So I just wanted to let you know, it looks beautiful, and we can't wait to get this going for you guys and all of the community.
Good. That is really good to hear. It worked. Yay. Stephen, did you want to talk about confirmation? You said the confirmation?
Yeah, this is Stephen. Charity, one of the questions that's probably going to come up is how are the communities assured that the order was submitted properly? Internally, I can see the history and track all the orders after they click on the submit button. On your guys' end, Keene's end, will you guys be able to acknowledge the orders each time they come in, or how will the process be on your guys' end once you guys receive the enrollment and the order forms?
I mean, we can, I guess, call the facility and talk to whoever ordered it, or email the facility to say the order has been received, if you would like.
I don't think you need to call. I think if you want to, you know, I'm kind of going back to the thought I had yesterday. I don't want to look for trouble where there's not any and make extra work, you know? So why don't we do this, Charity? I want the communities to just, and I know what they say about using the word assume. I just want the communities to assume that you received the order. And so we were, as a team, talking about it yesterday, you know, well, how do we know you got this? How do we know that we got that? I don't want to look for trouble where there's not any. So I think if there's a shipment that is not received, let's trust the system to work. I think it's great. Let's trust it to work. If there's a blip in the radar, then we come back together as a team and say, okay, we need a confirmation process. How do you feel about that?
Peggy, this is Tim, and Season's team, this is Tim. So I think that sounds like a great plan. And for you to know, you had a question earlier on the primary contact, and that Charity's email address was on the form. However, we have as a fail-safe, as a team here, we have a distribution group entitled Incontinence at KeenHealthcare.com, of which Charity, all of us are part of. So, and not only do emails to that Incontinence at KeenHealthcare.com go to an entire team, the e-fax that Stephen, that you faxed in just prior, hits all of our addresses. So there is no chance that someone's on vacation or off, or that it goes unreceived. So I think that's a good plan to go with, Peggy, that we, everything's going great until we need to make a little adjustment. And we'll do that very easily on our side.
Yeah, thank you for letting us know your process there, because we did talk about that last night. We were sure that there were multiple people who received the email. We did want to have one representative, and we've been talking with Charity. So if there are questions, I'd like to just pick up the phone and call Charity or something like that, if that's possible. But I think we need to trust the system until you don't receive an order. And more than likely, we would need to go back and look to make sure that you answered all the fields and that you did submit the form properly. As we know, sometimes user error is a big factor and things like that. So, and I see the messages, and email confirmation would be great, but I want you guys to trust the system. So we're going to use it moving forward. The program starts today. So, if you have not made your monthly order for April, you need to start using this process with Keen Healthcare and get those orders put in for the month of April. We had a great month in March. We ended the month with a net gain of move-ins, very nice number. We're looking to beat that number for April. So as we're looking at our company net gain, occupancy net gain, I'm expecting the graphs in our programs to skyrocket with those numbers as well as you sign up your new residents on the program. So the program starts today.
Peggy, can I ask you just a quick question at Keen, so we're prepared for the orders and emails to start coming through? What is your expectation this month as far, or a baseline that we should be looking for, so that we have an idea how many messages might be coming through?
Oh, that's a little hard. I need to go back and look at each, because we have existing customers on the program. So we'll be adding new. I would anticipate probably 20 to 30 orders. Okay. And I'm being very conservative with that number. I think it'll be a little bit more, but I'm going to guesstimate between 20 to 30.
We're just asking for reference, so we have an idea of what we're looking at. That's plenty.
Yeah, I think that's I think between 25 and 30 will be what we're looking at.
Okay.
And I just have a question on contacts at Seasons. Peggy and Stephen, we were privy to the invite list to this go-to meeting. We'd like, after following this meeting next week, we'd like to write to all of you, introducing, so you have each and every one of our email addresses, plus Jen Reginald, who will be handling most of the orders. So is this a good list, that invite list, if we send, anything we need to send?
Yeah, I think this is a great invite list, yes.
Okay, great.
Okay, I'm sorry, Steve, what were you asking me?
For April's orders, do you want to give a deadline for these guys?
Yes, what is today?
Today's Friday, so maybe Monday, get all the enrollments and orders in by Monday.
Yeah, guys, can you have all your enrollments and orders in by end of day Monday, which is the 7th, 8th, 9th? Right? Yeah, by April 9th. And then as your new move-ins come in, you may be ordering throughout the month so that by May, you start to order for them early May. So just plan with your new move-ins how you want to do those orders. So Monday by end of day, guys, is that a good date? I'm not seeing any notes. Kyle, okay? Thank you, Kyle.
Kate in our memory care is out until Tuesday, and I know that she has some orders for her memory care. So
yeah,
maybe
Kate popped in last night after her class. So we kind of went through the program with her. And I did tell her that you guys would be able to fill her in on this call. So when she's back on Monday, she'll probably start putting her orders in.
she won't be back until Tuesday.
Oh.
She doesn't work Monday. She works on Saturday, so we can try to fill her in so she can try to place her order Saturday possibly.
Okay, I don't know. I thought she was going to make you guys work it out, but she knows she needs to get the order in.
Okay.
But Leslie, have a conversation with her, please, because she finishes her class today.
Sure, will do.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, any questions for Keene Healthcare? Keene Healthcare, do you have any questions of our communities or for us?
I think we're good. We're very, very excited to work with everyone, and we will have open communications and help you with these initial orders, and it'll be a successful program.
Thank you. We're looking forward to growing this program very much, so thank you. Thanks everyone for popping in, and you know what, we're a phone call away. If you get into Google Docs and you have questions, feel free to call Stephen, myself, Abby. We'll help you walk through these forms. I would call Stephen first, make him number one on the list.
Thanks, Peggy.
Well, you know what's going to happen. We're probably going to get in it and then have to transfer to you anyway, right? So guys, just reach out if you have any questions, and thank you. And now, everyone get on a plane to Salt Lake City. All right, remember, we have Voodoo Donuts here, which are supposed to be super good. So, they're okay. So,
She's sending one of us right now.
All right, you guys have a great weekend. I look forward to building this program with Keene, so let's get on it.
Thank you, Peggy.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Left my phone on this magazine.